Hello, my name is Todd Silvius, and thank you for downloading and viewing this tutorial that illustrates the Compass student and coach report accuracy. When the Compass Learning Odyssey student does any type of activity inside of their coursework, that activity is saved to a single data point inside of the server. It is from this data point that the student receives information on where he left off in the course during the last login session and where the student needs to continue with his or her work. This data point also is utilized for running student reports, so the student can confirm that the activity completed that day has been logged with the server. The reason that is important, the reason why the student should double check that his activity has been logged with the server at this data point, is because it is from that data point that the coach runs the coach reports to see if the student is on task to finish the course in time or not. It is from this data point that the teacher runs teacher reports to make sure that the student is on time and on task to finish in the appropriate amount of time. And it is from that same data point that even the administrators of this Compass Learning Odyssey system access their report information. So this data point is vital for keeping all of the parties in communication with each other. Let's take a practical look at this and see what this exactly means when a student logs in. Okay, I have a demonstration account for a student account and a coach account set up. So first off, let's take a look at my coach account for this demonstration account here, and this is the convention that we're using this year. And let's see here. Okay, on the coach report, I have no activity from the student I am overseeing that is logged today in any course. If I take a look back at the week, I can see in the week there's some courses that have been logged there, and it's okay, it's been a pretty busy month. That's pretty good to see. But today there's no activities logged. Okay, and let's take a quick time look at our computer system here, 1:30 p.m. on the 16th of July. So I'm going to log out, and I'm going to head in now as the student account. I'm switching roles here and going in as my student account. And even at the portfolio at the top left of the Launchpad, there's a reports area for the students to double check their work that they submitted. And just like we saw in the coach, this student account is accessing that same data point to generate this report. No assignments done today. There are a few more for the week, and there's a nice amount for the month. So let's go into algebra. It could be any course that we wanted to go into. And let's go over to real numbers. And let's do operations with integers. Okay, now I'm going to do a quick system clock check here and see that we're at 1:30 p.m. on the 16th. It's probably going to change to 32, but keep in mind that my local hard drive clock might be a little bit different than the Compass server clock, which is actually going to be logging the time. And let's click on this lesson. We're just going to stay here for a little bit, just for a couple seconds once the program loads. Okay, that's enough. We're going to head back and let's check our system clock. Oh, we're still at 1:32, so not really a minute has even passed. to do that. We were just in that activity for a few seconds, and let's check out the student portfolio for today's activity. What we should see is an instantaneous logging of that activity, even though we didn't do any work. It logs, the system will log and track any bit of activity that is done inside of it instantaneously to the data point. And there we go. We can see that if I were the student, I would want to check this out to make sure the server is logging my activity correctly, because I know it is from that data point that my coach, my teacher, and the site administrators are also accessing this information if they need to check up on my progress. I can also see this is a lesson. This is in the algebra subject, and here's my time and date stamp. And you can see, I guess my laptop hard drive time is pretty close to the Compass server time. It logged me in at 7:16 and at 1:31:20 in the afternoon. This was just a lesson, so I'm not going to get a score for this, and you can see the activity status reads 50-50, but take that with a grain of salt. That simply means that the student has entered in the activity to some degree. Okay, now let's take a look at the week. And we can see adding that activity goes right to the top of our week list. And of course, it'll follow suit for month. There it is, the one that we did today. If we want to sort this list by subject, as a student, I can see everything I've done in algebra, language arts, and social studies. If we want to sort this by learning activity types, you can see all the quizzes are grouped together. And for another demonstration, I rushed through them. Didn't do so hot on those. And so on and so forth. Now, let's log out of the student account, and let's check in on the parent account. There we go. And for today's view, the parent account includes the same exact information. Learning activity type, subject, and time and date stamp, and even the status. If I go to the week view, it's at the top, and the month view, it's at the top as well. Even the coach account here can sort by activity type, by subject, or by date. If the parent wants to see or listen to or watch the subject that was done today, let's sort by date. And let's go then to subject. If we want to see what the cyber student we're watching over was doing today, we can click on the actual name of the link from the parent account, and we can see that lesson is released to us again. So if you wanted to sit down with the cyber student and walk through some of the areas he or she is having trouble with, you can, from your coach account, simply open up the activity and review the work with your cyber student. A quick look inside of the coach account and inside of the student accounts. Before an activity was completed, during an activity, and then afterwards from both accounts, hopefully has demonstrated and illustrated the Compass student and coach report accuracy, because all activity logged by the student is saved to a singular data point inside of the server, from which all accounts access their reports as a support system for the cyber student so that he and she can finish on time. I hope you found this tutorial and demonstration useful, and again, thanks for watching.